We are going to be talking about emotions, creating a program, tackling anxiety first. I guess the idea here is to emulate anxiety in a programming way. How do I zoom in? How to zoom in? Zoom in. Control. Ooh. Before we even start programming, we have to understand the architecture diagram. Things that should be in the program is, I guess, the external world. Number two is you need the interpreter, then feelings, thoughts, beliefs, I guess, and you need to have amygdala, there you go. Amygdala basically is this part of the brain, which is the animal part of the brain that gives you the anxiety. Anyway, prefrontal cortex. These are the parameters here. We will start with the first loop, I guess, while alive. And I guess the first thing is alive equal to true. While alive, print yay. So let's just interrupt that program here. And I guess we have to start with the pseudocode. While alive, so you have the inner reality that is getting filtered from the external world. Interpreter of external world. What this interpreter would have, type def oh my god, I'm so horrible at spelling. Correct. You know what? I keep doubting myself. Interpreter, and we say external world, and we can say external world is like a dictionary. World equal to say senses. So let's say let's just put eyes, AI, ears. AI is taking over the world. Then nose, touch. So you have eyes, ears, nose, touch. What am I missing? Aren't they 5 senses? 5 senses. Sight, smell, taste. Obviously. Well, you know what's weird? During anxiety, I actually do taste my own saliva. And dry mouth. I do have dry mouth. So external world gets passed to this interpreter. And for now, let's just try to understand what's within this interpreter, or let's just finish the pseudocode first, do this pass, and we'll come back to the interpreter. So you have your inner reality which interprets, and the output of this interpreter is an emotional signal, right? The value of inner reality is equal to some emotional signal or your own interpretation. This inner reality, it has data, and it has data of your sound, thoughts. So inner reality has sound, thoughts, emotions, sensations. So of course, one thing to note is the output of the interpreter is sound, emotion, thought. I guess you don't even have belief. I guess belief is almost like a metadata of these interpreter. Belief is like a metadata of these information. Yes, then you would also need another method to extract beliefs from inner reality. And what the hell is inner reality? I guess the output of this would be a belief statement. All good. So the inner reality comes, I interpret it, that gets stored in this variable inner reality. So what happens after that? I have to think. So I actually am feeling a lot of anxiety because of AI and stuff. And it's not because I think AI is going to take my job. It's rather the expectation of the management is so high, and it is I who has to deliver. And before, if the workload was X, now it's 10X. And they expect the AI to kind of make up the difference. But the AI doesn't do the job right all the time. I have to kind of babysit it. And that's annoying, even though it does good stuff. So I'm having a lot of anxiety to the point where when I'm in my bed, I'm not able to function. I feel this intense repulsion from even working. Sometimes I have stuff to do. I physically cannot get to it because there's this intense repulsion. It's almost like, when someone asks you to touch something hot, you could do it, but there is a repulsion from your mind, body, and soul to not touch it, to not get hurt. So that's how I'm here, trying to understand. While alive, interpreter comes, it gives some signals, you have an inner reality. Now what happens to this inner reality is I interpret this inner reality. So how do I type that? I'll type as soul, or I'll type the I am experience. I am experience is equal to experience. Is this spelling even right? There's no P. Oh my god. Experience of inner reality. Now I guess what experience is. And experience, I guess, is always of inner reality. I guess this is where I feel the experience itself is subjective in nature. Inner reality. It is your experience of inner reality. And I guess the output of this would be, it's literally our experience. How do I write that? Our experience from the point of view of me, like how I see the world. Okay. So we have extract, belief, interpreter, I am experience. Okay, while alive, let's remove this because it'll always be alive. Let's just assume alive is equal to true. While happy or while normal, and we'll go up and say instead of alive, normal experience is equal to true. Like as long as you feel normal, you have an inner reality, something comes in the external reality, then you have your I am experience, that is a function of experience. That's how you see this thing. And I feel experience is, I guess experience, I have to say, is like our soul plus our beliefs, right? Plus how we understand. And I think this is the most complicated method I think that we have here. Okay, so how do I approach this? So we have, my god, I'm getting anxiety just coding this. So I have I am experience, then you have the experience of the inner reality. Now what is this actually? When you look at so I guess the output is a dictionary. Output is a and if you're trying to write a dictionary, what would it have? So you would have like your reaction to it, correct? I guess the reaction is based on what you think the world should be like, and that's where the reaction is coming from. There's of course a bias. Oh my god, yes, it's a bias element to it, and the bias could be a boolean, you could say, or it could be a sliding value from 0 to 1. Let's say 0 to 1, where 0 is hate and 1 is love. Okay, so you're either biased to something or not, to this experience itself. And then you have the sensation, obviously. Okay, so that's sensation. You have the sensations here, that is like what? Yeah. Some examples I can give is like, there are two types of things. Sensation feeling, which is again like 0 to 1. Like, 0 is painful and 1 is pleasant. Then what else do you have? You have the sensation feeling, and then you just have the sensation location. Okay, this could be like, chest, stomach, etc. Okay, here now what do I do? What else I could have? You have the reaction, you have the bias, you have the sensation location. I guess even the reaction goes to two types. I'll say reaction underscore thinking and reaction underscore feeling. Yeah. So we react like this. There's a bias towards this experience itself. Then you feel a sensation. Yeah. Then you can say if, or we'll again put it like, okay, and it should be an unknown, like you don't know what happened. I guess that's a part of anxiety. That is why I feel horror. I think that's what makes horror different from thriller. Like thriller, you know the risk, you know what's going to happen, you know what you're taking on. But I feel horror has the element of thrill, but you don't exactly know what you're dealing with. You don't actually know what is going to happen if you do something. So there is like an element of unknown in it. And I think for me, that brings anxiety. So if and is known greater than 0.7 greater than equal to. Okay. And I guess you have to also add alignment, right? Because that's how this equation can be like fetched from here. Alignment is how aligned is the situation from your inner reality and outer reality. This is also 0 to 1, I guess. Let me just write a comment. How aligned is the situation from your inner and outer reality? Okay. Then you have reaction time, you have thinking, you have bias, sensation, alignment. Don't worry about the syntax, guys. Don't worry about the spellings. That's what Claude is for. We're gonna Claude this. There is like an unpleasant sensation for me. Sensation feeling out here, and sensation feeling is less than 0.3. I would even say 0.4. And what is this reaction feeling? I guess that's a label, right? Like anger / emotion / fear. I guess this is like a feeling thing, and I guess these are like thoughts. This is like random thoughts that we have. This should happen like this, should not happen, blah blah blah. I guess that's the reaction thought. Okay. And then you can write if I am experience of alignment less than 0.5. I guess it should be less. It is not aligned with your experience. Experience is known. We don't know. So one is wrong. So known is unknown. Then 0.37. Okay, not all the way there. You kind of know we need 2/3. Right. And here you have like a final conscious state. I guess you just call this function and it just, I guess final conscious state is at any point when you call this function, can I even do this? Final conscious state equal to, you know what, let me just put, yeah, okay, final conscious state is equal to anxiety. Okay, normal equal false. Okay, obviously exit the while loop. Let's say exit the while loop, print suffering. While loop, you're just like, and I guess loop most of the time. Anyway, so let's just fix the syntax here. Okay, so we have this. Yeah, this. I guess now is really time to understand some of the. I guess it's time to fill these complexities up. So, do something crazy here, guys. We have to import as our awareness. I guess awareness as awe. That's a nice. So then you just put, this is like a method where you just store this variable where belief if is equal to awareness dot payoff of, in we are believing AI is causing us anxiety, off to feeling and believing to think it's like, in our case the payoff of spreading because enough people die and then it gets eliminated. So if you just collective human consciousness on your side, then AI could just, that's primal. So there is a payoff in feeling fear AI, because AI could drop away. It is also, there's also a bias towards survival. So they're payoff. Okay. I would say payoff. How do I take payoff and figure out, how do I take payoff and belief is? Oh my god, I don't even know. Belief. What is it? My code in. Okay, I think I understand. Belief is equal to, is belief a way a that occurs the world in a certain shade, right? Bias towards what? A bias towards reality, the world in a certain shade. A bias reality itself that in a certain statement is almost like plus Uh, I guess the examples of beliefs, find what the so you have a value here. The payoff is a constant, right? About values, inner reality, comma, payoff. See your own reality and you have to send payoff to. Like, I am getting a pay. I'm craving survival. I want to send this inner reality. Oh my god. I feel I'm losing my okay. Even mean. Core value. So interesting when I values. Did I list of generic positive? So everything starts in I guess identity. Beliefs is an identity. Beliefs is entity. Identity. But how does this fit in with the statement? Because ultimately belief feeds into later or unconscious. But we understand all the common say, oh, okay. They're all like values, nothing about this. A belief is a value. I am slash feel important. You judge. What and value, I guess, should be awareness dot value of plus, I guess, as an optional tree, but also send values list. That's internal to all anyway. So you don't actually have to send value because end of the day awareness is just like an and value is equal to list of core values 27. How do I scrape this? Boom. True values. Okay. Let me just scan this. Right. When you up meter that it would this like it's weird. Like this we are adding of recognize is something that we are adding about values. This mod here trying to extract beliefs. Search means that you're getting. Oh my god, this some link. Yes, into a list. Get to just to get or coding practice, but we're not even and this value. So identity ultimately is a collective, I guess, instead of beliefs. Okay. I don't want to code anymore. Should I ask AI to kind of make this prettier? So anyway, so let's just go through this. So we have inner reality, interpreter. Interpreter has an experience. To get out of it, we haven't ordered the module. But if final, we have a couple of options here. If the sensation in the body, or then you have a couple of options. We'll trigger consciousness as TC. Okay. So trigger consciousness. So if your is like, I guess is to trigger calming beautification. Okay. Try because we first have to reduce this. So if success, TC dot trigger deep breathing, where inhale, the time of inhale, how to solve anxiety, ka, eat healthy, keep physically active, socialize, learn about, solve it. Okay, okay. Anyway, else, friend, damn. Try, then, what is it? Catch, try, accept, accept, so let's see, you can like error out while like doing this. I guess this is what happens. TC dot trigger. When your body errors out to trigger YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Except T is TC dot trigger YouTube, good food and drugs. And that's like that's an error, guys. I don't think that's supposed to be coded here, but it is. It's almost like a blueprint when I think about it. So let me just put a note here, blueprint. Then we have an interpreter of our external world. Identity as I. Okay. I guess ultimately identity is the one who, where in this interpreter, where you just pass internal world is equal to identity view. My identity is a collection of beliefs. Just right there. Return inner world. Right now, this is where you're going to be calling our big daddy, Claude. Effort max. I'm creating a program experience in like a program way. It's supposed to be fun. I've written like a pseudocode for it, how I think it happens inside my head. I wanted to make it into a functional program with little animation. It should show you the flow and explain the thought process. It's supposed to be like an exercise for programmers. So create like architecture diagrams, make it like fun, nice, smooth, and just if you want to. All the best. Okay, now we wait. This is what I love about AI. You just do like some work and then boom, it does the random heavy lifting. It's so crazy. I'm coding in my work to understand their architecture. My entire life is just revolving around coding. And I created this YouTube channel to get out of coding. The irony. Crazy. Long time. Guys, this is like thinking, this is going for like a long time, guys. Oh my god, what the hell? Like, oh my god, this is finally done. Let's check it out. Okay. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, it made something. Oh my god, I don't want to like prove now. I can't believe anxiety spelling is wrong. Okay, a single thought, data before anything. A glowing AI headlines. Okay, yeah, external world, going to interpreter, yes, yes. This the self runs the world through its values, identity values, growth, connection, freedom, first glance feeling, fear, valiance. Oh my god, way better naming than me. Awful, wonderful. It's zero. Wow. Certainty, unknown and known, 0.21. Okay, awareness, payoff stakes, the play, stability, the belief, to be you now. Feeling, anxiety. In the body, stomach is a knot. I love these diagrams. I could never code these. It's like, no way. Bias, sensation, pain, 0% alignment. Okay, the analysis. The fast alarm names the whole moment. Anxiety, the world clashes with you, you can't read it and it hurts. The prefrontal cortex, it hurts, so the regulatory goes to the work. Calming, final conscious state, anxiety going to suffering. Let's just look at the architecture diagram and see what it's like. Let's see. How do I? Yeah. You know what? Okay. Identity.view. Yes. Then it goes to inner reality. Yeah. Then it goes to awareness. Okay. Experience. Okay. This. So the world raw senses go to the interpreter. Identity. This is like you have belief and payoff. Payoff plus belief, I need stability. Can't see what this is. Okay. Anyway, prefrontal, I guess it's how amygdala. Now you understand the pain of a programmer. I guess this is the video. The do something quite nice. I am pleased with the result. I did get to understand myself more. This is the thing. I don't be uploading this to GitHub. We'll definitely upload this in GitHub and make it open source. Let's see what the requirement is. Wow, it did use Manon. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this random video. I hope you had fun. Yeah.